Your phone's app store has hundreds of thousands of health and wellness apps, meditation guides, symptom trackers, therapy tools, coaching programs. Most are harmless, some are genuinely helpful, and a few are, frankly, useless or misleading. But among them is a special and fast-growing category where the software itself is designed to treat a medical condition, even prescribed by a doctor and cleared by regulators. These are called digital therapeutics. In this episode, we'll separate the serious from the snake oil, what actually works, what's regulated, and how to tell the difference. The first thing to understand is that health apps aren't one category, they're a huge spectrum, and where an app sits on that spectrum matters enormously. At one end are wellness and lifestyle apps, meditation apps, habit trackers, fitness coaches, calorie counters. These can be genuinely useful for motivation and general well-being, but they make broad, unregulated claims and aren't held to a medical standard. At the far other end sits a serious category called digital therapeutics. These are pieces of software specifically designed to prevent, manage, or treat a defined medical condition, and crucially, they're backed by real clinical trials, just like a drug would be, and some are formally authorized by regulators like the FDA. The single most important thing separating the two ends is evidence and oversight. A meditation app just has to be pleasant. A true digital therapeutic has to prove, in studies, that it actually works. Knowing which you're dealing with is everything. So what can these serious digital therapeutics actually do? The strongest evidence, by far, is in mental health and behavior change, and it makes sense, because these are areas built on structured techniques and habits that software can deliver well. A great example is cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, one of the most effective treatments for insomnia, anxiety, and depression. CBT follows a clear, structured method, and well-designed apps can deliver it faithfully, walking you through the same evidence-based exercises a therapist would, at a fraction of the cost, available anytime. For something like chronic insomnia, digital CBT has strong research behind it and is often recommended as a first-line treatment. Beyond mental health, digital therapeutics are being developed to help manage diabetes, support people quitting smoking or overcoming substance use, and cope with chronic pain, usually working alongside traditional care rather than replacing it. When the software is well-designed and evidence-based, it can genuinely extend care to people who couldn't otherwise get it. Now the other side, because the health app world has a real snake oil problem. For every rigorously tested digital therapeutic, there are thousands of apps making confident health claims with essentially no evidence to support them, promising to cure anxiety, fix your gut, balance your hormones, or detect diseases, based on nothing more than marketing. Most health apps have never been tested in a proper study at all. And even the honest wellness apps can quietly do harm if they replace real care, or if their generic advice is wrong for your specific situation. There's also a sobering business reality: this field has struggled commercially. Even some digital therapeutics with genuinely good clinical evidence have had a hard time surviving, because it turned out to be difficult to get doctors to prescribe software and to get insurers to pay for it. One prominent pioneer in the space went bankrupt despite having proven products. So this is a category with enormous promise that's still, in many ways, finding its footing. So how do you choose wisely in a sea of hundreds of thousands of apps? The single best filter is evidence. Before trusting a health app with anything that matters, ask, is there actual clinical research behind it? Is it cleared or authorized by a regulator like the FDA? Was it recommended by a real doctor or a reputable medical body? Or is it just confident marketing and glowing reviews? Those questions instantly separate the serious tools from the noise. Practically speaking, use wellness apps for what they're genuinely good at: building habits, guiding meditation, tracking your mood, without expecting medical miracles. Take true, evidence-based digital therapeutics seriously, especially the well-studied mental health ones, ideally with a clinician's input. And be deeply skeptical of any app promising to cure a real condition from a simple download. Software genuinely can be medicine. That's a remarkable development. But like any medicine, it only counts when it's actually been proven to work. This is educational, not medical advice.